Hey guys, so I just saw a news story presented by Fox News about a Little League baseball player, a catcher, who is sued by a New Jersey woman for $500,000 because she was hit by a baseball. Basically, it took place in Manchester, New Jersey. The catcher and the pitcher were warming up, tossing the ball back and forth. The catcher threw one back to the pitcher, but it missed the pitcher, and it hit a woman in the face who was eating at a picnic table. Apparently, she did get some fractures, and she did have to have a bit of surgery. So I mean, it was a pretty hard toss apparently. So the woman is suing the catcher who threw the ball. She's not trying to sue the league. I don't know if she pursued that. It didn't really state that. But she's suing the catcher who threw the ball, and her lawsuit is basically saying that it was reckless behavior on the catcher's part. So that's what the story is. A Little League catcher who is 13 years old now. He was 11 years old when it took place. He's 13 now. He's being sued by a New Jersey woman for $500,000 because she was hit in the face by a throw. What do I think about this lawsuit? I think it's absolutely ridiculous. They showed a picture of where the woman was sitting in place of where the field is, and she would have had to have been really close to the fence. There was a picnic table like right next to the fence, so she would have been standing in direct line with where these kids were warming up, and obviously had to have been not paying attention too much. And even if she was paying attention, I mean, you don't sit right there and expect that everything's going to go hunky-dory. So I think it's absolutely ridiculous, and I hope she doesn't get a dime. She's probably going to end up settling with the insurance company, and so that's covering the boy. And unfortunately, she probably will get some money out of it, and it's going to set a bad precedence for other people in the future. But so I think it's ridiculous. I would hope that it just, gets tossed out, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. And it just costs too much money for the kid's family to try and fight it, or the kid's insurance company to try and fight it. So I think she's going to end up walking away with a few bills in her pocket. But I mean, you have to understand, when you go to a baseball game, I understand that, she had some pretty serious injuries, but at the most she should be suing for however much she's out of pocket, if anything, for, medication and that sort of thing, for a couple of weeks or something like that. I don't know, but it shouldn't be anything like this. You assume that risk when you sit down right next to a baseball field where there's an active game going on, that something could go wrong. There's hard balls flying everywhere. Something's going to hit you in the face eventually. If you went to enough games, I'm sure everybody would get hit sitting right next to there. Either way, ridiculous, and I just think it's sad that this is happening and that she's going forward with it. So I always want to hear what you guys think about it. So do you think, this type of lawsuit, do you think it's just what she's doing? $500,000 suing a 13-year-old kid. She sat down next to on a picnic table next to the fence where there was more than enough room for a ball to fly past and hit her in the face. Do you think she should be suing, or do you think it's ridiculous and it should be tossed out? And do you think she should be ashamed of what she's doing, or do you think she has a right to do what she's doing? So let me know what you think about this, and we'll get some discussion going. Have a good day, guys.